Hello twin flames, welcome to my channel and welcome to your daily energy read. I hope you guys are doing great. Hope you're having a great weekend. And today we're gonna do our classic check-in. I think tomorrow I'm gonna do the DM reading, but today, especially with the full moon energy so strong, Venus just went direct. I wanted to see where we all are at, and I actually picked the Monology deck to use today for the oracle message. So let's see what happens. Let's dive right into it. And of course, remember to take only what resonates for you and leave what doesn't, because this is a collective reading. For a personal reading, please contact me separately via an email address or through my website, mindfulbamboo.com. There's more information in the description box on any other way to connect with me and receive more of my content. Alrighty, so for the feminines, and of course don't forget to like the video, subscribe to my channel, and leave comments on what you enjoyed, how you're finding these readings, and what you'd like to see more of. You and your loved ones are safe. New moon in Cancer. Yeah, for divine feminines, this is the message. Feeling of safety is important, especially when uncomfortable emotions come up, when we're facing certain fears that we haven't been able to look at before, you know, and even with a general push with the astrological transits to kind of go more into the creation phase, into building relationships, into reconciliation. Even those thoughts can be frightening, right? Can feel dangerous. Depending on, you know, what your history is with that before. So yeah, this is a reminder. Find your safety, go ground yourself and find, you know, your tools to get back to safety if something stressful happens to you, right? And also remember that you are safe. So no bad conversation, no rejection from somebody is gonna, you know, destroy your world or anything like that. You are safe. You've got yourself. And that's what counts. And your loved ones are safe as well, if it's relevant for someone. You are good enough. That's the message for divine masculines. Very interesting. And this is full moon in Virgo, which we have full moon in Libra, but I talk about Virgo because it went direct. So you can feel a little more sensitive. But this is a reminder that whatever you've got is good enough, and whatever your needs are, they are important, you know? This is the general message of worthiness. Your needs are important. That's another side of this good enough message. Okay, let's see what we have with tarot today, and cards starting to jump out, so I'm going to take them. The last part is going to be messages between the twins today. So bottom of the deck, we've got 10 of Pentacles. These cards are sometimes interesting to parse out because they don't always have signages and they're not as obvious. So yeah, we are moving towards our abundance and our self-actualization. If you know the Maslow pyramid vocabulary, you know, that's highest level is self-actualization, which is like, you know, the more unique needs that we have, but ultimately each of us has. Like that's the, you know, the ideal scenario where we get self-actualized. We uncover and utilize our full potential. And we get, in this case, we get rewarded for it, right? That's just like a signifier that we're there. Page of Cups. Yeah, it may start simple and we may feel like we're never ready for it, but at the same time we're always ready for it. We're ready for the next step. We're ready to move it closer to us. It doesn't usually happen overnight, just like you didn't have, you were, you know, at the plateau and then you went completely to the mountaintop, right? There are ups and downs, but you gradually move up to that self-actualization space. Feminines, your energy today is Virtue, which is 3 of Wands, clarified by 5 of Cups. So, and I think we saw that energy in the previous reading when we were looking at more of that full moon vibe, which we still have, by the way. The energy is still strong for a couple of days. If you want to work with the with the words, with the affirmations, meditation, chanting, singing. Those practices are really, really strong right now because this full moon is in the air sign, in the sign of Libra. So you can still work with that energy big time, but something is going away, has gone away, and there is certain sadness with it, right? So it's like, how do I now plan my life after that happened, or after I lost that person, or that job, or, you know, maybe I have a health issue, so I lost the health that I used to have. Like, it's not going to be the same anymore. That kind of vibe, whatever that means for you. And this asks you to have a new perspective now, right? This is not to give up on your dreams, but it's maybe to find new dreams, or give yourself some grace period to actually recover from that loss. Sometimes that's the best intention you can set, because if you rush yourself, if you go too quickly into the new thing without properly parting with the old, that sadness, that pain is still gonna linger. Masculine, your energy is 4 of Pentacles, clarified by 8 of Swords, and we've seen that energy this week. Just, I think yesterday we saw it, and maybe the day before yesterday. So this continues, holding yourself back, talking yourself out of things. And that's why you had this reminder today, you're good enough. You know, you made mistakes in the past, but let the bygones be bygones and move on with the new dream, with a new outlook on life, right? Do the Ho'oponopono meditation with, you know, the chanting, and do it regularly. Do it at least for 3 weeks, maybe a month, and you'll see the big difference. It is about forgiveness of others and forgiveness of self. There are only 4 phrases there, and it is about just repeating them for a while, like at least 10 minutes every day, continuously. But you can research some more in that. Definitely, it seems like that's a really relevant work to be done at the moment. Additional question for today is the Dominion, which is 2 of Wands, clarified by the High Priestess. This is choosing the direction. How do we choose what comes next? How do we use our intuitive vibe and our potential, our gifts? Feminines, you have, what is this? 6 of Pentacles, clarified by 5 of Swords. Don't go for the easy win. Don't go for something that you already know well, you know, that you're comfortable with. And I'm not saying just automatically go into the uncomfortable vibe, but you know, there's supposed to be some kind of growth trajectory, you know? It's a good thing if you don't know everything. You know, like they say, even in the conservative career building field, they say that it's a good idea, or it's a good thing if your next job, next role is a little too big for you. Like, you need to grow into it because you have that inclination now, you know, and you have somewhere to go to. Because if you already know everything there is to know about the job, sometimes people go to the jobs where they're overqualified to feel very confident and at least very safe with, you know, like, I know everything, so that's gonna be easy, and there's little to no chance for a failure, for embarrassment or anything like that, right? But it's not gonna make you happy. It's like fast forwarding into the future. It's not really gonna make you happy. It might keep you comfortable, but it's not gonna make you enjoy what you are doing. It's not gonna be fulfilling for you that much. After a while, it's gonna get old and you'll want to do something else, or you'll get depressed. That's usually how it goes. I'm sorry, but that's the truth. But also, yeah, it's not something that, like, it might feel like a win in the moment, but it's not going to be as rewarding and as fruitful and as joyful as where you're actually learning something new, you're mastering something, right? Giving yourself a bit of a challenge. And you are capable of more, and that's what we're talking about here. That's the topic here, that you are capable of so much more. But you need to start somewhere, right? To start kind of expanding your body of knowledge and experience somehow. Not by just doing the same thing longer, but by doing different things or more things. What the masculines need to know: 2 of Swords, clarified by 7 of Swords. All the swords in the masculine energy, they're telling me that there is a lot of reminiscing and contemplation and confusion and just the analysis paralysis kind of energy. And again, it is connected with this, and it brings me back to this, that somehow, one way or the other, masculines don't feel good enough. They're in denial of some truth, but it's like, I forgot what it's called, when you are accepting selective truth, you know, just what seems plausible, what seems compatible with your worldview. And right now, this worldview is not serving divine masculines. It is saying, you know, it never worked for me. I was never good at this, so I might as well not try. But a lot of times that's where the win is. And I think I mentioned in one of my last videos, I've done quite a lot recently. I gave an example of my dancing and how I kept saying for the longest time, although I've always loved dancing, but I never had any lessons and I was limited by my health issues. So I kept saying that I'm not a dancer. And I never really considered myself, I always knew I was musical, I had a good ear for music, but I never considered myself a good dancer. And definitely not a capable dancer. Right? But that was a story in my head. And now I inspire people with my dancing. Right? The same person. Right? And it's not like it was 20 years apart. And it's not like that was all I was doing for 20 years. Not at all. It's more about the mindset. So this has to change. And again, it brings me back to that phrase, you're good enough masculines. That's what you need to know to be, that outlook is what you need to be able to make decisions that are going to be in alignment with your passion and that you can make intuitively rather than coming out of logic and examples and maybe some facts that you have from other people, right? And you immediately apply them and it like all works. Yeah, of course. This is not gonna work for me. Okay, good. Let's move on. Message from feminine to masculine today. Page of Swords, clarified by Ace of Wands. So feminine wants the masculine to go for their passion, whether it's about them or about their career choices or hobbies or anything else that they do, living situation. It's really important. There may be a conversation that divine feminine may want to start at this time, you know, with the masculine, of like asking big questions like, how are you following your dream? How are you pursuing what you always wanted to do, what you feel passionate about, what brings you love, joy and laughter and fun and inspiration. You know, what is your creative outpour in this life? You know, there is something that the feminine has to say about that to the masculine, to support, but also to give them kind of a nudge, you know, not to stand still just because you're not sure whether things are going to work out. And for some, it is about the relationship. But a quick piece of advice for the feminines watching, don't make it that obvious, please. Because you may scare the DM off right away, and you don't want that, right? It's more about the mindset in general. And then, of course, the relationship with you is going to be one of the specific applications of that mindset. But once the masculine have that synced in general, then it will be easier for something as important as that. And it is different with the relationship because it does involve, first of all, somebody else. So they're not just making decision for themselves, but also include somebody who they don't want to lose, you know, they don't want to mess it up. So again, the analysis paralysis kicks in. Masculines, what is the message from masculine to feminine? Judgment and Four of Pentacles again. We just had it here. And this is the one with the death. So masculines are saying they're very scared of their own judgment, of the decisions that they're making. They're scared to go too small and miss the opportunity with this love. And they're scared to go too big and fail, you know, because they don't feel that they're emotionally ready. They are not entirely sure that they are ready in the practical, pragmatic, you know, financial way and everything else that might be there, right? So there is a lot of like deep thinking, but they're hoping for a sign from the universe on when it's time to move forward and to do more together, to be more in each other's lives and to get connected on a deeper level, which is part of what is scary for divine masculines, because, you know, the more attached you get to each other, the more dramatic the falling out could be if that happens. Okay, I'm gonna leave it here. Thank you so much for joining me today, guys. I hope this was useful. If so, don't forget to like the video, leave me a comment, share it with others, and of course, subscribe to my channel. And until next time,